we have a really special moment right here with Faith and Music. Today, we've got none other than Lino Rulli, the Catholic guy on Sirius XM Satellite Radio on the Catholic Channel. And Lino is here to talk to us about, number one, his new book, which is called Saint, and also his whole experience as a person who is bringing the message of the gospel a lot through comedy on his program on the Catholic Channel called The Catholic Guy. And Lino, welcome to our program. Obviously, you learned a little Portuguese when you were down at World Youth Day.
Sí.
Very good.
Sí. Caipirinha.
Caipirinha un poco. That's
Caipirinha.
It. Caipirinha, that's it. All right, so you learned a little Portuguese.
No, that's all I learned.
That's a little. That's
meat?
Un poco.
How do you say meat?
Carne.
Oh,
Carnaval.
Here's what I learned. I'll tell you what I learned more than anything.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I do the thumbs up everywhere I go now.
Yes.
My first trip to Brazil 2-3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere I went, I learned to do the thumbs up.
The thumbs up.
So now, in my day-to-day life, somebody says, you want a cheeseburger? I want a cheeseburger. Everything going all right? Everything's going all right. I learned that from Brazil.
Did you see the McDonald's in the Aparecida Shrine?
I did not see the McDonald's.
Yes, this McDonald's in the Aparecida Shrine. So
See? Big thumbs up.
So let me ask you a couple questions.
In English or in Portuguese?
I'm going to ask you in Portuguese, but you can answer in English because unless you do it in Italian, you don't have any.
Oh, va bene. Posso parlare in Italiano.
Let's do it in English because
okay.
I can't understand Italian.
Hey, meglio così. It's better that way.
In your latest book, which is called Saint, what is the message you're trying to communicate to your audience of Catholics and of non-Catholics?
Oh, no, I had it memorized. I was going to pretend like I understood.
Oh, okay.
I memorized the thing. I heard messagem.
Yeah?
Messagem.
Messagem, which means message.
Yes, that's what I figured. It's twofold. First of all, my first book was called Sinner. And
right.
you didn't interview me for that, so I just want to point that out. So you held back for some reason. You didn't interview me.
Well, no, you didn't call me. I didn't
call you this time either, quite frankly. So my first book was called Sinner.
Yeah.
And the motivation for that book was really because, if I wanted to talk about Catholicism, and I do, on the radio, in a book, sometimes I think the impression is, well, who are you to write a book? Have I achieved some mystical point in my life? Well, no. I'm just a regular guy. So I said, let's just address what I really think. I'm a big sinner, but I still try to be Catholic. I still go to church. I still pray, but I'm a big sinner. When the opportunity for the second book came, I was trying to think of what the message should be. And at first it was just going to be another book about sin. So it was going to be another book, Sinner Part 2 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, it's kind of odd, but Catholicism has the bold claim that we're all meant to be saints. So the claim of our faith is that we're all called to holiness, and nobody feels like they can be holy, but we think that saints in the past can be holy. We think somebody who lived in the 1200s can be holy. Somebody who was martyred in the 2nd century can be holy. But we don't think we can be holy. And so the real message is to sort of blow your mind and say, according to the Catholic Church, I'm called to holiness, I'm called to sainthood. Now, we're not all called to be canonized saints, but we're all called to be up there in heaven, and anybody who's in heaven is a saint. So if that's the claim of the Church, I'm saying, canonize me. If you canonize me, everybody can realize holiness is attainable, but canonize me while I'm still alive, because I don't want to miss the party.
Great.
It'll be a good party.
Yeah.
Big canonization party. Big. Open bar.
But you can't be canonized while you're still alive. You even say it yourself. One of the requirements to be a saint is to be dead.
Now. But this Pope Francis, he's a man who makes things happen. He changes things all the time. I mean, the requirement also is you got to be dead, and you have to have 2 miracles for your canonization. He, with John the 23rd has 1 miracle, so he's Blessed John the 23rd. And Pope Francis decided, you know what, we don't have a second miracle, but we all know he's holy, so let's canonize him.
Okay.
Well, if we can change one rule, maybe we can change
that's true. Yeah.
Let's canonize Lino while he's still alive rule.
Okay. So Lino está diciendo para mudar as reglas para que él pueda ser canonizado cuando él está viviendo.
Sí.
Sí.
Yeah, canonize me while I'm still alive is what Lino's saying.
Eso que está diciendo. Well, all right. So, y obviamente está usando comedia. But
obviously, I'm a comedian. That's right. Now you're picking. Now I'm picking up the language.
That's not exactly what I said. But
whatever the case is.
All right.
Perfect.